The word church, it's both the building and it's the people. And sometimes there's this struggle between where we spend our time and our money. We've had some significant costs that we've had to incur to be able to address those specific needs. We needed to sort of step out in faith to see where that would take us.
The Knox community and leadership have been great to work with. And our role as the BMI Group in this particular project is provide some curation and leadership to drive certain things forward that might be harder for committees to do, charitable organizations to do, but most definitely for churches to do. A more entrepreneurial, little bit light on the feet style approach to getting this particular building back into the hands of the community, if you will, and its use.
About 2 years ago, we started working with Paul on the concept of how the private-public partnership might work and the development, how he might bring his gifts along with the congregation bringing theirs, and the Stratford Arts and Culture Collective bringing theirs along to create a really gorgeous triumvirate that can help to enrich this massive space.
So Paul and his group, they came alongside us early in our process. They answered our request for proposal, and we had time to talk in terms of where they may move forward. And we had done up some plans to show what could be in terms of reimagining some of our spaces and sort of seeing a redevelopment side. That did spark an interest with the Stratford Arts and Culture Collective, SACC, because they are looking for a space that they can sort of have as a arts and culture center. Moving forward, we had sort of faith, arts, and culture, as well as community outreach activities, which bound us together to look at some options. The congregation started here in Stratford in the 1840s and built a marvelous cathedral here, and it was struck by lightning in May of 1913. The congregation had to recollect itself and decide what it was going to do. So this building, this part of the sanctuary, was rebuilt during that period of 1913 and opened in 1915.
It's humbling to be part of the next generation of this bricks and mortar place, which happens to be beautifully decorated, and the community wants to hang out here and do arts and culture, and we're happy to sponsor it. When you see the community members rally around the history around here, the pastor today talking about, make sure that you carry on this legacy of this church, that's a burden. And that's a real reality here at the Knox, now Copperlight Church. So, pleasantly surprised by the amount of support from the community. Proud of my brother Paul, having had the foresight to see the opportunity to really get engaged in the arts and culture space in Stratford. Many times we were wondering where it was going to go, but seeing it end all today against the better odds, hats off to brother Paul. Fantastic job, brother.
Thank you to the whole Knox church community that put their faith and trust in us to get to this monumental point. And I am certain that this is just the beginning of what will be a wonderful process of building out this venue for all of your members and the wide variety of performers that we are so blessed with here in Stratford. This is truly a wonderful moment for the community-based arts in Stratford.
Excusez-moi if I spout, I'm letting my inner actor out. I'm sorry to shout, but here I am.
What spoke to us as a congregation, I think, is a desire to see the congregation still have this home to be able to worship on a weekly basis, as well as our community outreach activities, which can happen throughout the week. So we sought another group called Trinity Centers Foundation to help us sort of mold our opportunities together to sort of sharpen the vision and see where things could come together.
The arts is often at the center of community, and particularly here, but it also should be ideally a place that people feel free to, come in, feel like they're in relationship with each other and that they see each other and understand each other. So the part that we're standing in, it's pretty clear is going to be a arts center and community hub with faith as well. So it'll be, faith and the arts working together with the opportunity for community to remain here and keep doing what it's always done. So in the same way that I think it's 60 years ago now, they dreamed up the Stratford Festival, we want to say, okay, awesome, what's next?
So we as a congregation, I think, look at community, not just sort of here in Stratford, We've helped people across Canada as well as other parts of the world. That's what we're called to be, sort of, if you want to use the sort of global citizen idea. That's who we, I think, are called to be, is to help our neighbor, whether it's next door, whether it's the person beside us, or whether it's someone else that calls out in need. I think that's the important thing.
We need a space like this. So many artists live in Stratford and don't necessarily work at the Stratford Festival all the time. They work other places, and it's just a place where they can produce their own shows, put on their own shows, tell stories they want to tell, maybe on a smaller scale. As a director, I'm excited about using this space, possibly to bring new plays, new musicals to the space and to the community too. And the fact that a church and theater can come together like this in a town where arts and culture is so important is a wonderful, wonderful thing.
There was a saying that Knox Church is the church with a big heart in the downtown Stratford. And I think this building will continue to be the heart of downtown Stratford with activities, whether they be faith, such as our congregation and our outreach, but as well as concerts and other activities that are going to continue to happen here. And we hope to grow and thrive under our new arrangement in terms of becoming a rental as opposed to ownership and all the issues that go along with that. And I think those are the critical things that I see as tonight is a celebration to showcase sort of the 5 years of work that we've undertaken as a task group, but also all the work that Stratford Arts and Culture Collective has done and the crucial work that BMI has done in terms of putting the financing together to put this project together. It's not an easy one, but sometimes when things are easy, they're taken for granted.
If you really try to serve the community, well, the word says it, you're serving, you're kind of activating, energizing, helping, putting ideas in the group and doing it together. And these are three brothers with different gifts, but working in such a harmony. We together put our thoughts together and they are able to execute. What we often say, alone you can maybe go faster, but together you can go further. And that's what we often say to each other. And well, we see it every week. And it's so nice if you're not focused on profit, but focused on making impact. The secret is, later on, you will see the profit following. But profit is not just money, it's so much more than that.
So I think Copperlight has a unique opportunity downtown Stratford to make a difference in its own small little way. I think we need a whole bunch more 25 to 45-year-olds to join the movement and make this a real go.
Reaching out in faith, I think this is an important thing for tonight, is that we see sort of a new opportunity, a new chapter, as I said. It's up to us to write as the community in Stratford. I certainly hope that people will come to events that are here because that's what's going to make this center vital to this community. Is people need to come and be part of this so that it will breathe new life into this corner again.
Obviously, an aging demographic around these kind of centers don't bode well for carrying these type of heavy burdens. And if we as a society care for these assets and these magnificent structures, then you got to play your part. You got to do your thing.
I'm really looking forward to doing this interview again in 3 years and saying, oh my gosh, here we are. This is what we imagined and this is what came to light. And also looking at how all of those players came together to dream a new dream and how patient and collaborative partnerships resulted in the outcomes that we were looking for to save a historic site in the middle of a historic downtown.
In the next 10 years, my greatest hope is that all the people that are coming here tonight and sharing this vision are still supporting it then with their abilities, with their gifts and possibilities, and then you will see wonderful things happening here.
Our success at the BMI Group is reliant on aligned partnerships. If we attain those successes, we stay true to ourselves so that when I look back at this 10 years, I can recognize the person that I am today because it's pretty on par with the person I am then, just a little older and probably more gray.